Alrighty, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the CCS Week 4, Day 8. I'm going to be your host, Town, and I am joined by the one, the only Emzo. How you doing tonight? Now, I see you talking. Now, let me go and make sure I got my settings correct, or else we will not be able to hear your beautiful voice.
Bid.
Oh, there we go. Now can we hear you? Try again.
Yep. What
There we
up?
go. Alright, so I'm sorry, you're going to have to say what you wanted to say again.
I just said hello.
Oh, no. I was expecting a speech.
No, not today. No speeches. Save it for 4th of July or something.
Alrighty. Sounds good, sounds good. Alright, so let's get right into the matchup we have tonight. We have Core Impact versus Ferocity eSports. Let's go ahead and bring up the lineup for Core Impact. We'll just go ahead and get right into it. We do have the players in the lobby, so we're going to get through this as fast as possible. So on Core Impact, we have Zen, Guy, Dynasty, Temper, and Shrinks. So that's going to be your Core Impact lineup. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Ferocity lineup. We have King Leo, Dave, Santa, Trimpin, and Moss. Sounds pretty good to me. Let's go ahead and bring up the bans. They should be starting to ban anytime shortly. And then from there we go. So, Emza, what do you think about these two teams? I know we've seen them in the past, but what do you think?
I think these are definitely two of the stronger teams. This is probably the best matchup that we're going to see that doesn't involve Hat. Like the core guys I've known for a while, definitely a lot of good players on there. Zen and Temper being standout ones for sure. Guy, though, did really well last time. Dynasty and Tranks also filling them out pretty well. FE, we saw Crush Hat as well. Definitely a strong team. They are going into Pro League for good reason. Dave has been kind of hit and miss. I think he's more their sub usually, but I don't know. I mean, he could be really good too as well. So Moss is definitely the guy to watch, though, for sure.
Alrighty, there we go. Now, is my mic any better?
No, unfortunately not.
No, it's not? That's not good.
Rip.
Rip indeed. Maybe it's just Discord, maybe it's something else. We'll have to figure it out. At least pretty shortly.
Yeah. It'll be good for the play-by-play for sure.
Alrighty, looks like the bans are coming up. Looks like first one's gonna be Bank. Nothing too unusual there. Honestly, I don't expect anything too crazy tonight. Maybe, Border Oregon if I'm correct.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too surprising from these guys. Consulate, though, getting the axe. Curious to see if the changes to Skyscraper make any difference in them picking it. Definitely not going to be playing Canal, right? Not that it
Yeah.
was in the pool anyways.
Oh man, that's a whole different story right there. Let me tell you what.
So 3 classic maps gone, then Skyscraper. So that's the first DLC ban. Now, is this going to be a coastline ban? Nope, not yet. Maybe Ferocity with the coastline? Or are we going to actually see it slip into the maps? Nope,
Uh-oh, well,
there it goes. Last minute ban.
that would have been interesting indeed.
So, yep, Oregon, Clubhouse, Border, the classics for season
Three
1 at
easy
least.
maps.
Easy maps, yeah.
Easy maps.
Just walk in, take side, have fun. Should be good, though. I mean,
So
we're
that's
not
gonna
going to
be
see anything
your
too crazy.
that's gonna be your lineup: Border Oregon and Clubhouse. Alrighty, once we're ready, I'm gonna go ahead and bring up the game feed since we do have them already in the lobby for the first time. So there you go. As soon as these teams are ready, we will begin.
Let's see what we're going to see from these guys on Border. I mean, we've seen a lot of the play from pretty much all the teams on Border. Probably not going to see anything too crazy or different here, but it should be an interesting fight. Going to, of course, start upstairs with the Mira. Not a ton of surprises there. The Valkyrie, of course, as well. You need to know what's going on outside. Smoke to counter a push on the wall. Bandit to bandit up the wall. Jaeger to prevent grenades. Very typical defense setup, although sometimes people play a pulse downstairs for fun. King Leo could be the one to play that downstairs role like we see some Jaegers doing. And then Core going with a pretty straightforward lineup on their side as well, but extra utility with Thermite Hibana says they could go for an office's wall as well as the A wall. What you think, Mr.
Alrighty.
Talon?
Does that sound any better?
No, unfortunately not. Could
That's
just be
interesting. I'll keep
Discord
messing
could
with it.
recommend. Hopefully the stream can let you know if it sounds like that to them or not.
Yeah, I'll have to set that up while the stream loads.
It's taking a while. There we go. About to start the match here.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Sounds like you're only coming from the left side for most people too, so maybe that's part of the problem. Might just be a loose microphone plug. Usually that'll do that sort of thing. So we've got them setting up the wall here. As usual, they open up a bit of the floor next to the half wall there to be able to counter people attacking from below. See if they can make that work. That's someone who's seen a lot of teams experimenting with. Dave actually opening up a ton of the offices wall instead of just giving them easy access to it. Going to be able to set that up for the Mira that is going to go on the wall that King Leo's reinforcing. So they're going to go with the Mira there, and then maybe the Mira's small offices?
5 seconds left.
It's hard to say. They haven't reinforced the small office wall yet. They have banded up the walls, but
Attackers
opening up a bunch of the other wall on the security room as well. They're going for a lot of open walls, basically. They just want to keep it as open as possible to be able to get those picks, but that means they're going to have to watch a lot of angles, so hopefully they're going to be able to cover. Trank's already pushing his way forward, though, on that Ash, playing very aggressive. Looks like they could be going to at least take the offices wall, provided they can get over there without getting shot through it. See if Blackbeard goes for the old Blackbeard AC take. Looks like they're going to go with the A wall instead of the small offices. Be able to peek around. I'm still not a big fan of that, but it can work. Get Tranks actually pushing his way down here, making sure there's no roamer playing down there. We a lot of times see them trying to contest the roamer, but I don't think they have anyone downstairs. They're playing all up, which hopefully will work in their favor here. But nonetheless, Zen droning downstairs. Dynasty actually sneaking his drone in there, does catch peek at King Leo playing behind that mirror wall. So they want to know how they're going to be able to attack these offices here. They're going for the attack now. It's going to be difficult to open up the wall as much as they need, though, with all the shotguns along it. They're going to use Hibana probably to do just that. Guy there with the Thatcher as well. Try and help make sure they can open that up. Try and clear out the ADSs. Maybe even shoot straight through onto the Hibana because they're going to be able to Thatcher that wall. Or not Hibana, but the mirror wall. And that will give them some good access to open up that room if they can get that shot off from the Hibana. Not sure if they have or not, but that would be a good thing to pull off. So you're definitely putting all the pressure on the opposite side so far. Not really putting pressure on the A wall just yet. See peeks up there from Dynasty trying to find someone trying to peek over the top of the wall. Moss getting into firefight here down the hallway. Does get down by Ash. Tranks finishing off the kill with his pistol. Going for the reload. Thermite pretty low in health, can help push in here. They have cleared out that mirror wall, so that's a big deal in getting that. They've pretty much lost control of that room. Ash starting to take out barbed wire so that Blackbeard can sneak his way up here. Santa Fe does take out one, though. And there goes Tranks. Good play by Mira. Still trying to catch anyone else he can. Smoke delaying as much as he can from Dave. Temper could get shot in the back here if he pushes out. Somehow whiffs the shot. Poor Trippin. Not quite making it work. Santa still trying to hold back here. Zen very low in health. He's got the diffuser. And there goes his drone. Didn't last too long. Temper's going to try and push here. He's still outside. Guy also trying to hold an angle. A lot of angle holding going on here with 30 seconds left. They're going to have to get some progress going soon. Trippin waiting for his moment to come around. Does catch the head of the Guy, but doesn't quite land the shots. Goes for the drop shots. Manages to get Guy down. Zen going with the diffuser now instead of Guy. Shots coming out from Santa, but he is getting cornered here by Dynasty on the Blackbeard. Diffuser goes down. Smoke tries to delay as much as he can while Dynasty finishes one off, but Santa C4s his own teammate onto Dave. That is going to be a big problem because this is now all on him to stop 3 and the diffuser. Zen very low in health, but still alive. Is more than enough to try and guard this diffuser. Zen could get the... Oh, nope. Somehow doesn't land enough shots on the Temper to make it happen here. They're just surrounding him at this point. Dynasty pushing around for an easy pick there. He wasn't going to live much longer. And a nice solid take by Core. Not even bothering with a pinch. Just straight up taking the office's wall for their first win. Unfortunately, still just as much ass. Yeah. Rip. So it's going to be the solo cast till Talon gets his mic fixed, unfortunately. So you're going to have to continue to listen to me for the next minute or so at least. So We'll see how this one's going to go. Armory lockers again, of course. Same lineup from the defenders. Looks like basically, nope, slightly different lineup from the attackers. They are going to bring a sledge instead of a Habano. Not sure that is the best idea, but
Attackers need to locate and defuse.
yeah, we'll give it a try here. See if they can successfully attack it as well. Also curious to see if Tranks puts the mirror on the small office or the wall. Same as they did. Putting it on the wall didn't do any good for the last defenders, as that wasn't the spot they even bothered attacking. So either way, it didn't make a difference. But I liked the way they set up on that defense. They just couldn't quite hold it. Partially because the offices fell so quick with that attack from the Habana and having the Thatcher that they needed, able to get the shots off. So we got the offices wall one set up.
Seconds left before insertion.
I'm not sure if they're going to even bother reinforcing or doing anything to the actual office's wall. Looks like Trank's going to put that second window on this small office to play around from there. Might have smoke playing in it from the looks of it. See, we do have Temper downstairs on the roam. That has worked out quite well for them when we watched them play last Friday, I believe it was. Let's see. Ma's going to push up. It looks like they're going to take security here, or CCTV, I guess. There's two securities, so I get confused. Drones coming out, though, for the bottom floor. See if they catch Trippin'. Or not Trippin', but Temper downstairs. Temper just biding his time. Now, this is pretty much where everyone hides, though, is in the workshop. So they've got to know that and go for that. Rarely do we see anyone else playing in any area other than the workshop general area on that downstairs room. Santa going to be coming over here to try and help clear out CCTV along with King Leo. Zen going to help try and defend from Fountains here, but he gets pushed back a bit. Takes a little bit of damage from a nice long angle there. Counter there from Moss. King Leo and Trippin' working in the CCTV here. Zen could come around for another peek perhaps, but Moss is all the way back outside now. He's going to go for the underneath attack, help clear up that wall for them. Now that they've taken control of CCTV, they're going to go to blow open the archives wall with the help of Moss. Comes here as well. See if we can find out where they're at. He's just waiting for his moment to come up. So is Zen here, waiting for his moment. And they're not even attacking this side. This is, again, we're seeing just a single-sided attack instead of a pinch. Not sure if that's going to work out or not. Did it for Core, though. They're very focused here. See, Trippin' should be trying to contest Moss at this point, probably. But in the meantime, King Leo gets a kill with his grenade on the Dynasty. And that is the smoke on. That's going to be a big deal. Tranks will get it down in the meantime. And that is the mirror down as well. That is very good for this attack here. Zen forced to come reinforce his teammate, try and pick him back up. It's going to be an easy kill for Blackbeard. Couldn't quite get down to the F there. F indeed. But he does manage to get the revive. And somehow the spray there doesn't work. Trank's actually getting the kill, but he gets traded off by Santa. So that's 2 kills there for Santa in quick succession here. Temper needs to make his way back up. He is going to try to as he takes down Dave in the process. Now he's going to try to find Moss. Moss gets him from behind. Trippin' finishes off the last one on Zen. And that is a solid attack from Ferocity. That's 2 successful attacks in a row there, both coming from different sides against different defenses, both just decimating the defenders. Although I have to say that was a bit quicker, I think, than Core's attack. But nonetheless, just as effective, bringing it to 1-1. Both attacker wins, though. That means we're going to see 2 more rounds of the upstairs, unless someone wants to get crazy. So we'll see. How you doing, Talon? Oh, so much better, so much better. The Talon is back. Yeah.
Attackers
Rip.
need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Can I come from the right-hand side then? Your ears? Sandwich your ears.
There we go. Alrighty.
So some good attack play so far. Definitely seen 2 different attack strategies.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't quite get to catch most of that. I had to set up a couple of stuff, including the overlay, so that should be up now. But looking good, sounds good, I hope. And then we'll go from here.
So it looks like they're going for the same defensive setup pretty much from the looks of it so far that they did last time, which included shotgunning both the CCTV wall and the office's wall. But last time, Core just took the heck out of the office's wall, Habana the mirror window, and pushed on in, and then managed to take full control and take the site. But not sure that this is going to work a second time.
Alrighty. So, going right into this next round, what do you think these guys are going to do? What did they do last time exactly? I wasn't here to get it.
Oh, I was literally just saying they pushed the office's wall on this and Hibana the mirror window through the because they shotgun out the entire office's wall. Like along it to try and have a sight line, which I think backfired on them. Really stopped them, from thermiting in. But then once they got the mirror window down there via their Thatcher from Guy and then the Hibana, pretty much easy peasy take at that point.
Yeah, I feel like if you can still get like the bandit over there, I feel like that can really do a lot of in terms of just like denying that Hibana. I know it's kind of hard to time the tricking with the EMPs, but if you can see the EMP, I know you can trick it. So I feel like if they can get that timing set, they can maybe even hold that for quite a while.
Yeah, it's really onto the skill of that bandit. He's gonna try at least. Is it gonna work? Nope.
He's trying it, but.
They have a drone, though, to be able to watch that as well. Zen's going to see him now.
Yeah, they know that he's there. Ooh, a little bit unlucky there. Shoots where he thinks it is, but yeah, see, like he can pick it up and immediately put it back down.
Here we go.
I think it was a little bit too slow on the battery.
Yeah, oh, doesn't matter. He's dead now.
Yeah, Dynasty's going to pick up tripping. It's like Dave is going to pick up Tranks again.
Oh, timing on that Blackbeard was distracted. He almost got the guy up there.
Alright, so now they should know that it's an office push, so they should be rotating around. Dave still has 3 of his smoke grenades, so that's going to be really helpful in denying some of this pressure. However, meanwhile, Dynasty on the Blackbeard is already pushed all the way in, is almost into Fountain. He's soon going to be getting an angle into sight. Let's see exactly. It is a 4-on-4, so this is honestly in favor of the defenders, especially with 3 smokes left. There you go. There's the first one. This is really going to slow them down. And honestly, Core Impact should be panicking right now. They have no way in. They're going to go ahead and thermite their way in. But that's only one way in. I mean, honestly, they're going to have to get it down. Dave is actually able to pick up Guy, so that's going to bring it down even further. Guy was outside on that ledge. Zen tries to push in, tries to find an angle. Santa's able to punish him, though. Dynasty on the Blackbeard is still alive. He's not the one taking the angles. All the wrong people are taking the angles. Temper's at east stairs. He's watching for the flank. Can he find him? He will be able to pick up King Leo. That's going to be a great shot there. That's going to be the flank down. Brings it to a 3-on-2. This is still definitely possible, but Dynasty needs to push in ASAP. Temper is trying to rotate all the way around so that he can get the diffuser and plant. It's like Dynasty go ahead and pushing right on in. Gets C4. It's all to Temper. He is down to 1 HP. He gets 1, but he gets traded back immediately by Moss.
I gotta give a lot of credit to Santa. Both times he was a key player in holding off that defense. It didn't work the first time, or holding off that attack. Didn't work the first time they did it, but it worked quite well that time. But he's still like kind of this linchpin. I'm seeing his angle making a huge difference in stalling out their push. I think if they want to do that again, they really need to find a better way to get him out of position and get him killed, because that's really slowing all their attacks down and getting a lot of their people killed.
Yeah, I totally agree there. But let's see if Ferocity decides to change it up any different, seeing if they can bring it back 2-2.
So they went with an attack on the AWOL side, on the locker side last time, and it worked pretty well. They pushed him pretty fast, got a lot of kills that they needed. They got the smoke early, though, which I think made a big difference. If they can get the smoke early again, that might work, but this is one where Temper played downstairs, down in the workshop, and just didn't get anything going for a long time. Finally came up towards the end, got 1 kill, and then got picked off himself. So he just wasn't the key player that he needed to be last time. So we'll see if that's the case this time. If he can stop Moss from taking out those batteries, for example, by contesting down below the A site, maybe that would make a big difference.
Yeah, I totally agree here. It's like a very similar lineup. The only difference is, again, we don't see that Hibana, so you can't use those Hibanas against any mirror windows that you see. You're gonna have to get them from underneath. That's like that's the big thing that I'm seeing right now.
Yeah, that's the way it was last attack, too. Basically, these teams have not really changed up much on either their attack or defense. They've been basically bringing the same lineups 4 rounds in a row. So it seemed to work last time, though, so I guess I can't fault them too much for sticking with it. Not sure. I think I'd rather take a Hibana over Sledge in this case, but hey, it seemed to have worked.
Maybe they just want it for the nades, because I know King Leo does play super aggressive over towards that armory.
To be fair,
really
he got a nade kill last time, so I guess it did work, right? Like in that case, if he's taking it for the nades, it's justified.
King Leo's kind of like their entry fragger. He just likes to get in there, just really be brute force it, and honestly, it works out pretty well. You'll see him. He'll just come up, break the door. He'll maybe even do a little bit of journeying. See that one's there, and then he'll start just causing commotion, and that's exactly what he needs to be doing.
He's got the droning down in the meantime, so they have some idea where they're at, and that's good for him to try and throw those nades, right?
Yeah, there's not going to be anyone close to that wall. Normally he'll get up and he'll throw that grenade when someone's like trying to, like, say, bandit trick the wall. However, this time, since there's no one really bandit tricking or even being close to that armory wall, there's no real need to. He can just go and let and cover for the thermite. They're going to go ahead and open up the box right now, or as we say that. They're honestly going pretty quickly, don't you think? You know, at the minute and 40 left, they already have the box open.
See if Temper can be the key player that he needs to be.
Yeah, Temper is downstairs. He's just kind of waiting for the right time. Tranks, ooh, that could be really dangerous there. Of course, with those new thermite flashbangs, that's gonna be definitely a big change for a lot of teams, especially with Ash with the flashbangs. Temper's still just kind of chilling out. Now the question: are they going for a plant? This is the big key. Looks like King Leo is really trying to get a mirror battle going on. That's not gonna happen. That's something you definitely don't want to be doing, is battling with a person behind a mirror. It's out one smoke. He's down to one smoke, Dynasty, so he knows where everyone is, but can he do what he needs to be doing? He's trying to get naded from underneath, but here comes Temper. Temper's really got to be the guy to really prevent that.
He's still so far off last time. This is what happened last time. He didn't get anything going till a little too late.
Yeah, Temper and Moss are down there. Santa's able to pick up Tranks. That's not good. That's Mira down. There goes King Leo. Santa got downed as well, but he's not out for the fight yet. It is a 3-on-4 currently. Dynasty's still in there. Guy's looking below. Temper's also looking below. I feel like they're paying a little bit too much attention below. They have two players down there. So it's a 2-2 split currently. Trippin's able to pick up Guy. So that's going to be a 3-on-2 now. Looks like Zen's able to pick up Moss. Core Impact looking pretty good right now. They did get up the Blackbeard, but he gets taken immediately right back out. Trippin is now entering the box through the barbed wire. He's going to be able to get the pre-fire. Temper's able to pick up Dave in the meantime. Here comes Trippin trying to play a little cheeky battle. He gets one. Comes down to a one-on-one. It's all about Temper versus Trippin. Trippin can plant in there. He has that option. He's going to go ahead and push. No idea where he is. Temper is going to pick up Trippin. That's going to be the round for Core Impact. Very good job from them.
So again, the first failed attack. So that puts them kind of in the lead there.
Yeah,
and the second failed attack. Sorry, they traded back and forth. Yeah. So both attacks succeeded and both attacks failed. So now we're going to see Ventilation Workshop 2 rounds in a row, I imagine.
I'm just going to chime in real quick. It was actually a really good Valkyrie cam there that gave the info that Thermite was pushing him. I think that did play a little bit of a role in the way he ended that round.
Yeah, there you go.
I love those little cameras hanging out.
Yeah, Valcams they can be just so useful if they don't get spotted. Unfortunately, if they do get spotted, that kind of wastes a lot of utility. So we'll have to see how well it holds up. But I think so far they've been doing pretty well. I haven't seen any Valcams get taken out or anything in a really obvious point, but definitely a great job from Temper. You know, keeping his cool, listening to his teammates, and finishing out the round there. This is going to be the first downstairs hold. Now, did they choose this on their own, or did they choose it because they have to?
They were forced down because the last two rounds were successful defenses. So they were forced down here now, which means obviously this is not going to be their primary site whatsoever. But, you know, teams seem to have mixed results with attacking this, so this could be another just successful defensive round. I mean, both teams are just going completely tit for tat here in terms of winning attacks, winning defenses. And now I imagine is where things are going to get change up a bit. I don't think we're going to see tit for tat between both teams in terms of this bomb site, but you never know.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of teams like to play upstairs in Armory, so it really depends. You know, how do they decide to hold it? Do they play 2 up there? Do they play 3 up there? You know, how are they deciding to do it? Looks like there are only 2 upstairs. It's going to be King Leo and Trippin are up there currently. So that's really not good. Usually you're going to want 3 people.
3. Yeah, I usually see it work a lot better with 3. You're just able to better eliminate a lot of the attackers by having the 3.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's it's just so risky because unfortunately you kind of need 2 people to trade off of one angle, and if you get pushed from archives, you know, of course, Dynasty getting up on AC unit, if he opens that up, pushes into archives, there's no way you can really trade off of each other, which is really key. Which is why that third person up there, I feel like, can just do a world and make a huge difference, you know. So that's really going to be the ideal situation.
A lot of stalling out here, though, with over the first minute. I mean, people getting into position, but A lot of droning happening here versus attacking.
I agree. I mean, it's already, you know, a minute and 20 or a minute and 10, excuse me, and they're just kind of chillaxing. They're just now starting to get it open. Definitely not as fast as they want to be, because this does not push tripping out. It only gives over a little bit of a line of sight. Not even really that great.
Yeah, and this is a situation where you have to take 2 sites. Basically, you take the upstairs and then the bottom. So this is like only having a minute and a half left is not good for this attack so far.
Looks like King Leo is actually taking some damage as well. Tranks able to bring it back a little bit. He's down to about 25 HP. This is what I'm saying. Like they just have no idea to trade, because if Temper pushes in from behind, Trippin's kind of all out by himself. Speaking about all by himself, Trippin is just kind of stuck.
Oh.
He's been droned too. He is completely stuck. He has no help. He's going to go ahead and jump out the window there. I like this idea. Looks like they even had it primed for him. Good job on them. So honestly, that's pretty good. They escaped 2 people from upstairs. They wasted 2 minutes worth of time. So I'd say it's very, very worth it.
Yeah, it would have been nice to get some kills, but 5 men on site still going to help, especially if you force them to fight hatches. Oh, there we go, though. There's a kill.
Yeah, it looks like Temper's able to actually pick up King Leo. Remember, King Leo was very, very low. Tranks not quite able to find the connections that he needs. Dave's just kind of chilling out in bathroom.
Oh, nice trade. Down to 4v3. Still looking good for the defenders with only 20 seconds left. Diffuser sitting at the door to fight for Guy here.
Yeah, unfortunately with a
Easy
4v3,
kill.
Dynasty goes ahead and hops in, picks up Dave. Here comes Guy. He's going to be traded back by Moss. Moss now has Diffuser, and there's a castle door in the way, so Dynasty's going to have to push into servers. Definitely not a situation where he wants to. Dynasty is able to pick up Trippin, so now it's a 3v1, but he has Diffuser, unable to pick it up. That could have been really, really clutch if he was able to get it. Tranks finishing out the round by taking out Moss.
Just barely catching Valk mid-animation was the key there. That could have easily been a defender win. In fact, I thought it was going to be. But then, hey, that last-minute kill was enough. Valkyrie being pinched into that door like that. Probably should have played it back a little further.
Yeah, I kind of took a risk there by laying down. Unfortunately, it's unfortunate, but oh well, it happens, because he did have Diffuser. So if he was able to even get like maybe 1 or 2, maybe not even all 3, I bet you
He could have just
probably
pre-fired the Diffuser probably and just stopped them from getting anywhere near it, and that would have been enough. Just on time. But hey, it's you know, hindsight's 20/20, but now it's the other team's turn to do ventilation room workshop. So see how they defended. That was an attack, so that meant they weren't forced to choose another site. But obviously they're going to go back upstairs next time.
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, going back to that, I wonder if he could have actually ran outside, just hid, because
It might have been even worth it. Yeah.
I mean, if you go just outside, just get the timing absolutely perfect, where right as they come around the corner, you go around the corner outside so that you don't get detected as long as possible. Their only option would be to try to find you, kill you, or get the diffuser, run it right back into servers, and because the time was so low, they'd probably be forced to plant inside of the doorway, right? Which means you're going to easily able to just like peek back or even throw like a C4 or something. So definitely a little bit of different options they could have done here, but as we've seen from both teams, they do have a castle, and honestly, that castle played in huge. It came in, almost came in really clutch if he was able to finish it out, but unfortunately it was not meant to be. But we will see a fuse. This is going to be a big difference. I think a fuse would have been really, really helpful, especially when they had 5 people on site. All you had to do was just fuse from above, and you almost guaranteed at least 1 or 2 kills. So let's see if they decide to do it any differently.
Yeah, they're going to need to try and take it a little bit faster, but they do have a fuse, which is a little bit different, so it should be interesting to see if that can get any kills for them. But then again, they've got to take the site first, or the top of the site first here, which is what Temper's going to be there to fight.
Yeah, it looks like it is it just Temper? No, Zen's over in office. This is what I'm saying about, you know, there's no real way to really trade off of each other. I think Ferocity did a really great job. Yeah, they did a really great job of like getting out, but I'm not sure if Core Impact's going to be able to do the exact same though. That's the thing.
Yeah, I think this is could be attacker favor here again. But it depends on how Temper's able to play this. If he's able to play it smart and back and just delay them pushing in, even if he doesn't get the picks, it still might be worthwhile. So chances are he's probably not going to get more than 1 pick. You know, he's probably going to get traded if he gets a kill.
Yeah. We'll have to see. Again, it's just so slow pushing in. I feel like they could definitely shave off at least 30 seconds just by, you know, speeding up their opening up of the site and pushing in. Temper's going to be all the way back
Oh,
In between
so
the
close.
lockers. Will he find the angle? No, not quite able to fix that peek. He will get spotted out. They know exactly where he is, but he's going to move, take the opportunity, but he's going to prone peek. He takes out his own ADS in the process. He's currently being swarmed by drones right now. This can't be fun at all.
Oh, downs one at
Trying
least.
to find the angles. Temper goes wide, downs King Leo. They're probably going to take a break now. Ooh, Trippin's able to pick up Temper from a different angle. They're going to go ahead and pick King Leo up, and then all of a sudden it's down to Zen inside of offices. This is not great at all. Although there is a minute left, so if he can deny a little bit of fuse charges, I feel like it could swing back the favor.
Well, let's see. There goes Dave getting downed, though. Hopefully they can get it back up because he needs to do those fuse cluster charges. There's another down there from Guy to get picked back up, but nicely punished by Zen. King Leo getting one.
Yeah, definitely very good
He's
there.
fighting the good fight here, but they're losing 4-2 now. Not in a good place to be. Actually, 4-1 pretty much because Guy is down, so it is all on Zen to fight 4. It's a very strong attack. I don't think this is gonna work. I like the Claymore right on the diffuser there.
Yeah, it definitely is just a little bit of extra cheeky if it just comes down to those last couple seconds. The diffuser is up, Guy is down, still just hiding in a corner. It's all up to Zen to try and clutch it. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to give it to Ferocity here. I don't think they're going to be able to bring it back.
Oh, Resi looks away.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate there, but that's going to be the round. I'm actually going to go ahead and restart
So that's
VLC.
2 attack wins there now. So we had 2 attacks, 2 defenses, 2 attacks. Again, the tit for tat. Both these teams, obviously a good match for each other, right? Pulling off this constant back and forth. Although so far everything's been a bit more attack-sided. So now that they both successfully defended and attacked the top floor, the question is who's going to be the one to break the mold now? Who's going to be the one to do something that the other one can't replicate in terms of attacking the top floor?
Yeah, honestly, these next 2 rounds are going to be your most important, in my opinion, because, you know, once you get onto that match point, that's where the real pressure starts coming in, because you don't have any buffer if you're on the back foot. So this is where, you know, these 1-for-1 rounds really start to get really intense, because, honestly, they can't keep it up forever.
Well, judging by how both teams have played, I'd say it's definitely a 50-50 here, not really favoring either side. Although, like I said, I think they should try and get Santa Fe out of position. I call him that. And I think that will pay off. If they can pull that off, then I think the rest of their attack has a good chance of succeeding.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to go ahead and disable Uplay as well. Make sure I don't get any erroneous errors. There we go.
Got to D&D it.
Yeah, I normally do. Unfortunately, with the reformat, I just installed like everything, so
5 seconds left.
that's why we had those mic issues. But at least I knew how to fix it, so that helps.
Yeah.
Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Alrighty.
They're starting to push for the offices wall again, it looks like. Judging by Trent here.
Yeah, they do have Zen on that drone, just kind of holding it so that way they can get on in. Tranks is already holding east stairs. Now, he likes to hold those east stairs. They do have the Claymore for the Blackbeard outside, so that way they don't get run out on if they do, in fact, lose control. Moss is just kind of chilling out. What do you think? Is this just like he's going to die in there, or do you think he's trying to fall back?
I think he should stick it in there. If they're going to be pushing offices side, then he could be a valuable rotate. But it looks like he's going to rotate to small office instead, kind of back out of it.
Now, it's kind of hard to tell which way they want to go because they have drones all over the map right now, but fortunately, I do think they are favoring kind of that security take. Fortunately, there is no one outside that wall, and there's already a minute left, or a minute in.
Okay. Yeah, I think they were going to go for the attack on the offices, but without the wall being shotgunned open like it had previously, maybe they just decided it wasn't worth it anymore.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, they're definitely going to be going for an armory take, of course, with the EMPs coming out. There is no bandit nearby, so they'll be able to get that thermite off if they can get him close enough. Now, they did use a Habana, which means that potential for C4 maybe, if they can get the right angle, that's for sure. Oh, here's this cheeky Valk cam. They have every single bit of information they're going to need to try and counter this. Zen's going to go and open up the wall. No C4, it doesn't sound like, so he's going to be able to get that open. With a minute and 25 left, it's going to be kind of hard with only 3 smoke nades.
Let's see if anyone can make something happen here in terms of the last minute 15. Just haven't made a ton of progress, but getting the wall open is really the key here. Question is, will they be able to actually hold that small office? Because that's been kind of the linchpin of whether or not they can keep that secured or not.
Alright, with only a minute left, this is where it's going to have to start pushing in. Looks like they are trying to get in. They're going ahead, throw flashes. Both defenders are in armory, are both blind. They're going to try to find an angle. Zen is close. There is a pre-play C4. Going to blow it. Going to run out and try to get the diffuser.
Oh.
There you go. Moss takes down Temper, planting the diffuser. There's 40-second left. They are currently smoked out, so that's just going to burn even more time. Look, on the other side of the map, Trippin and Tranks traded, so that's a 1-for-1. Still favors the defenders, though, in this situation. Santa and Moss are both deadly close. Here comes the Blackbeard Dynasty trying to get to the planet. Gonna have to push Habani's dead body out of the way. That's amusing. Still can't quite get the option. They realize that he hasn't even started planting it. He's having just so much trouble getting the diffuser down. And as soon as they hear the diffuser, they're just gonna go for a peek. There's only 10 seconds. That's what he just said. Screw it. We gotta go in. He gets down. Dave picks up Zen. All it's up to Guy in the back. He's not going to be able to do it. A little bit unlucky there, I'd say. You know, really having just so much issues just trying to plant the bomb. Yeah, because of that dead body. Yeah, Habana coming back and really punishing that.
Well, you know what? Habana shouldn't have died then.
You're right. You know, honestly, it was all Habana's fault they lost that round. Let's be honest. You know, if her body wasn't there, maybe he would have been able to get the plant down.
So could we have called that for Habana rehost?
Habana bug? Oh,
Yeah.
man. That's amazing. That's a whole new strat. You know, kill your enemies in a way that they can't use that space that they died in. That's great.
So now the question is, will they be able to replicate that on core side? Will they be able to win this defense the way FE just did? If not, then this map's over, and they take and go to the next map. So
it is match point, of course. So this is going to be a little bit of a pressure round for Core, really trying to keep this up. They did just lose last round, so they're kind of on the back foot. This is what kind of makes it that unfortunate, you know, trying to come back and trying to stay in a 1-for-1 sort of trade in terms of rounds. If you're the one that is always having the pressure. Wow, Guy 0-7. I just noticed that. That's not good. He really needs to pick it up. Hopefully he gets some spicy Valk cams for his team.
5 seconds to go.
Alright, so knowing Ferocity, I'm pretty sure they're just going to go for the good old same old security and then armory wall take, flash, and frag your way on in. So we're going to have to see exactly if they decide to do that again. Maybe they could be going for Office 2, you know. I think they haven't even attacked Office once this time, so I think it might even be a smart decision to go for Office just to, you know, throw them off. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Zen's able to get an early pick on Dave. That's going to be the Thatcher down. Maybe get some pre-placed batteries on there ASAP. Yeah, there he goes. He's going to go get those batteries on now that they realize that the Thatcher is dead. That's going to be a great picker for them. It's going to slow down Ferocity a lot more than what you'd think it would. Going to have to force Moss or King Leo to try and nade it or shoot it from underneath. Moss is in position, though, so if they so need him, he can do that.
it's definitely a good start for them, though. Losing that Thatcher is a big deal, and I think this is a chance for them to bring it back and bring it to 4-4 overtime.
Definitely. And honestly, this has just been such a good game. They did ash it from underneath and was able to get one of the panels. The question is, do they have enough to get rid of that mirror wall inside of mini office? Zen is down below. Actually, Zen and Temper are down below. Do they know Moss is right behind that wall? They're just on the other side of each other. That's going to be interesting to see.
They've got to know he's down there. Yeah, he knows. He knows they know.
Yeah, they're just doing a little bit of journeying. But do they leave Moss down there, or do they try and keep fighting it? Moss just shifted. I'm not sure if Zen picked up on that. I don't think so.
Oh, right to the
Moss
wall.
just realized it. He was able to pick up Zen. Zen was the one making all the noise. So he's going to be super confused, but I think Temper now gets a better idea where Moss is at. Meanwhile, they're still trying to push into Armory. They haven't really gotten an angle yet. Still a minute left. We got King Leo all the way back in break room. A little bit of flashes coming out. Looks like Dynasty's blind. Tranks is able to get picked up by Trippin. This brings it to a 3-on-4. Trippin, that's super dangerous trying to thermite that wall. Unfortunately, it is battery, so he's not going to be able to do it, even if he wanted to. There's now 3 attackers outside this box. They're going to just flash and nade inside of this small office, trying to get Dynasty out of there. He's able to pick up 1. There comes another flashbang. Moss is able to pick up Temper. Now it's down to a 3-on-2. This is huge pressure on Guy and Dynasty. Remember, Guy doesn't have any kills. Moss is outside Beeper's door. Guy realizes this. Will he be able to frag Moss? Dynasty's super close. Santa's just outside of Armory Box with 20 seconds left. The diffuser is down. They realize this. Dynasty close for the shotgun. It's going to make it so hard to try and push inside of this. Even more flashes are coming up. It's not going to blind him fully. Moss goes all the way around. He gets shot really low. Santa gets 1 shot as well. They know that Moss is planting. Here comes King Leo in from behind. But no, guys able to pick him up. Moss gets back up off the diffuser. Not going to be able to do it. That's going to be going into OT.
That was definitely a close one, that's for sure.
Now, I don't know why Moss didn't just try to hold that defuse there. I mean, honestly, you have to go for it at that time unless you are making a conscious decision to go for the kills, which at the very beginning they didn't. They weren't making those like, hey, we need to go for kills, because Moss immediately he went for like the diffuse, but then King Leo went in and pushed in for the frag, whereas he could have just held from Armory. Or from Archives, and he would have been, covering him safely. So, I don't know. They just kind of need to get on the same page there. But either way, great round from Core Impact, and we're going into overtime.
So, I think that was a bit scrappy, though. Getting the Thatcher early on definitely made a big difference, I think, in terms of how that went, too. Because the attackers then just could not get the momentum they needed to get in there, because they couldn't thermite the other wall. I mean, sure, the Ash did the job, getting the batteries out of play. But you saw when a thermite was there stuck trying to open up the wall in the small office, for example. Stuff like that. Just really costly being down the extra man as well. Could have gone attacker favored because you saw how close it got in the end. Although because what it came down to, you saw that at the end is the defenders holding small office, right? Because they got that hit in the Blackbeard, they held off Moss long enough, and Moss wasn't able to finish the diffuse plant because he was too afraid of him coming out of small office. So had, for example, Thermite been able to open that small office wall, without needing the Thatcher that was dead, I think that could have completely changed how that round turned out.
Yeah, and even though Zen, I want to pick up on that. Zen was downstairs, and he did get picked off, but just the fact that he was down there kind of prevented Moss with the Ash from going under small office and opening up that window. That would have been the other option instead of them just flashing and grenading the heck out of small or mini office. If they had just done that, looks like he's going to try to do it this time. I think that would have really made a big difference. Having that window open so that he can't abuse it. So I mean, really just small things like that, getting those windows open are just so critical. Here we go, Dynasty right back in mini office where he basically clutched the round out. Temper's downstairs. So, like I was saying, making sure you get that open is just going to be so key. And honestly, even though Zen didn't get a kill and, Temper downstairs as well, they did their job by keeping Moss out of servers.
Yeah. Well, see if the attack can replicate what they did last time. They have a Thatcher this time. Dave not getting picked off early. See if they can pull it off. They already have a good start here. A minute 20 in, they managed to get the wall open. They're droning it, getting ready to make the push. Can Zen be this clutch player here? Usually we're going to see Temper downstairs, but he's got Zen with him. And they're going to need to get up there at some point, like short of, waiting till the diffuser's planted, so...
Yeah, unfortunately, when you run the double roamer, it really becomes difficult to figure out, okay, when do you need to come back up, when do you need to be starting to do all these things. And it looks like they are going to be going in, trying to get this wall open, maybe nade it, and then run in there with the thermite. Now he's just going to straight nade it. He's going to go and peek with a nade. Not going to do what his idea was happening. He just peeked with a grenade. King Leo, you cannot do that. Zen's on main stairs, held down by Dave. Still trying to find an angle, but it looks like Moss just tries to charge his way on in. He gets Dynasty. That's one. Dave picks up Zen, brings it onto a 4-on-3. Moss is able to pick up Guy as well. Tranks was able to pick up Moss. Santa was able to trade right back onto Tranks. This is a trade for 1-for-1. Now it's back to a 1-on-3. Looks like Temper really going to be hard-pressed to really find the angles he needs, especially with the Blackbeard there. He knows exactly where the Blackbeard is. He knows where he's planting. He gets in close, not able to find the angle. Santa's going to be able to pick him up. That's going to be the first round for Ferocity.
Oh, finding that camera at the last minute. So that's what I mean. They got that wall open and took control of small office. Once they did, easy peasy. Like, that's really what it comes down to, right? Is fighting that small office, taking that control. That saw how fast he flanked around on smoke, got the kill. Boom, had control that they needed. Obviously, trying to just run up and peek it with a grenade was not a smart move. But hey, look, it did put pressure on them. They did manage to eventually take it. That's all that mattered in the end. And that's why I bet they wish they would have been able to do that the previous round.
Yeah, for sure. And, again, that the difference is that Thatcher, Davon Thatcher got picked off that last round. So, I mean, honestly, if you have that Thatcher, you can really do a lot more, not having to worry about those batteries. But,
protect your bombs from being
again, I still think they can just get up underneath, just Ash or maybe even bring a Buck or just nade. And I think that'll do a lot better than just peeking around the corner with a grenade in hand.
Yeah.
I think that'll be better.
I think, like, instead of having King Leo on that grenade, he could have been the Hibana, and he could have just opened that wall from a distance and then just, easy peasy from there, because they had Dave with the Thatcher, so.
Yeah, there's honestly a lot of options, and they're not really picking the easiest ones. They're just kind of, like last round, they took mini office by just rushing Moss in there. Like, that's like one of the last things that you would really want to have to rely on to take that sort of thing. So, unfortunately, not something you really want to be seeing, but I think it was more of a necessity that they had to do it. So we'll see if can Core Impact stay up with it. We are on match point, OT. If Ferocity figures out what they need to do to really hold this is going to break the cycle. Every team has had a chance so far to break the cycle, but this time it's on match point.
So, this is going to be the real question it's gone tit for tat every time. Literally every single time, it's just gone back and forth on who wins. So this is really where it matters the most. Because if you don't go tit for tat this time, just like earlier, you're out. So...
yeah, I completely agree. Seems like Core Impact, again, going for that security push. They can see everything. They can see all these drones coming in, so they just got to wonder, all right, when is it going to happen? They have stacked, it looks like 3 people inside of Armory right next to that wall, so maybe they're going to be trying like a run out or something like that. They do have King Leo downstairs on the roam with the Jaeger, so he's kind of, waiting, making sure they don't drop down, try to go with the cheeky flank. See. Now they are using the Hibana. That's kind of the difference between the two teams. Core Impact does run the Hibana. They can open up those windows as they need. They also have that thermite there. So I definitely I like Core Impact's operator lineup much better. But again, it all comes down to just the individual players. I think Ferocity, as long as they make it work, we can't really dog them too much. Like Trank's currently trying to find his way into office, but unfortunately there is 2 here to meet his push. So if he decides to keep on going, it's going to be a little bit tough for him. Moss is ready to go down, but the diffuser, we weren't even paying attention. The diffuser goes down. Trank's able to pick up Trip and trying to rotate into the hall. All of a sudden, this is a no good situation for Ferocity. It's like Dynasty was able to pick up King Leo, pushing. Remember, King Leo was on the roam. Dave trying to pick him up as he runs back, so Zen is able to stay safe. Looks like Tranks is able to push him from behind. Picks up Santa as well. This flank test work. Picks up Dave. There you go. That's the round that Core Impact needed, and we are now in overtime, match point, game point. Like, there's someone's got to win. Like,
wow, that's crazy. Like, just the back and forth between these teams is clearly balanced. I'm just curious to see how next map's going to go. Like, is it going to be tit for tat on that one as well? Or, I mean, because obviously it's over after this round, regardless of who wins it. Yeah. Moss doing a lot of work for his team there. In fact, Moss doing almost more than, half of Core combined. So.
Yeah, I mean, again, I honestly, I think everyone's doing really well in the game. I mean, obviously, Guy is only going 2-9. I feel like if he can just get a frag or 2, I think that'll really be the turning point. Then that's what's going to have to be happening to really break the mold now. So, of course, Core Impact is now back upstairs. They should know what to expect. Both teams know what to expect. They know what they're doing. Why change it up? But Core really needs to find something though to deny what they're doing. Obviously Dynasty did just so well that last round when they took out that Thatcher. So maybe they need to be playing a little bit more aggressive, or maybe drone hunting just a little bit more, because obviously one of these two teams has to win, and it's been usually attacker sided so far. So it's gonna be up to Ferocity. It's Ferocity's round right now, is what the pattern has been looking like. So can Core Impact really change it up here? So that's gonna be the big key. do you roam, two? Do you only roam one? Do you not roam at all? Yeah. We've been seeing a lot of heavy roams from Core Impact and Ferocity for that matter from, every single round. See, there goes Temper. He's back downstairs. They need to change something. What exactly is Temper doing? What is he denying that it's so worth having him down there? I don't think he's been getting any kills, so he's just, hunting drones. He's not really denying Moss what he needs, because Moss still gets into vents, every single time. So maybe they need to try playing him back up. Unfortunately, in the last round, it's going to be a little bit too late for them to figure it out.
Yeah. See if they can manage to succeed on this attack, or I mean, if we're going back and forth, this should be Ferocity's round, and they should be taking the map. But they've both had more than enough time to learn how each other attack it, right? There's plenty of chance for them to still figure out, like, okay, we know what to do, and change things up. But I haven't seen either team necessarily doing that in terms of managing to get an extra point lead.
Yeah, see, Temper's just down here. He's not really doing that much, Obviously, he can flank late, but who is he flanking? I mean, you're going to have to push down that hall, so, I mean, you might as well just be up in office when you do it. King Leo, pushing up close, just going to be using those nades, trying to get Dynasty. I think Dynasty realizes this. Tranks is actually brought down to about 25. He's going to peek wide. I don't know why you would do that. That's definitely not something you need to happen if you're trying to win the round. Dynasty going to go ahead and throw that nade out. Just take a little bit from King Leo, not too much, though. Just a little bit to say, hey, I'm here. It's like 1 minute and 15 left, overtime match point. Santa's down to half HP now. This is not going to be looking good for Core Impact.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, 5 on 4, but still only a minute left.
Yeah, here comes out the flashbangs. Looks like they're going to be trying to push on in. Dynasty still in that mini office with a minute left. Temper is all the way downstairs in vents, not helping his team out at all. He needs to find a way to get back upstairs so that way he can help trade. Ooh, looks like Moss was able to pick up Temper again, or a big waste of a roam. Zen was able to pick up Santa. Santa was that Blackbeard. It brings it to a 4-on-3. This is still doable for the defenders. It's going to have to come out from a big individual play from Dynasty and Zen. Looks like Guy's trying to hold him off. There we go. Guy finally gets a kill on King Leo. That's going to be huge. That was the flank that they needed. Moss and Dave are poised up by main stair. Dave is able to pick up Guy. So that leaves B wide open. Question is, do they know that he's going to push in? Dave so close around that beeper door. Trippin's on the outside too. Trippin's going to go ahead and push in. Helps Moss take out Zen. Dynasty takes out Dave. Brings it to a 2-on-1 situation. Here comes Moss. He's going to go ahead and get ready to push in. It's all on Dynasty now. It's Dynasty's move to get on out there. Try to find where these players are. He's panicking. He's going around. He's just going to go ahead and reload. Take it nice and slow. Moss is just kind of chilling out. Trippin is also just kind of chilling out, so he has to find him. He's out of smoke grenades. Doesn't have any utility to work with. This is going to be pure fragging power.
Not looking good for him now.
Now they're not both peeking. It's only just Moss, so he can take 2 1-on-1s right now if he realizes it. He takes around. Moss is able to pick up the kill, and that's going to be the game for Ferocity. Game 1.
Definitely, even the last round came down really close there. So, not sure about the next map, but like I said, that map was about as balanced as you can get between two teams.
Yeah, no, that was a fantastic map, bringing it all the way 6-5. I'd like to see another 6-5, I believe, on Oregon. So, honestly, if they can bring it back, honestly, Core Impact, I do believe that they can do it. Not sure if that was their pick or not, but we'll have to see. Moss and Trippin both doing a fantastic job. Both double-digit kills. Dynasty and Tranks both 1 kill away each to get in to double digits. So, good job for both teams. Came down to the wire indeed. So that was some great siege. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to take a 5-minute break. We will be right back. Stick around. Alrighty, we are back. That's going to be the 5 minutes up. Hopefully these teams can sort it out. Unfortunately, they haven't quite figured out how to get onto the right team. So hopefully they can get that all settled, and then we will get underway as soon as we can. Of course, last match was super, super close. Emza, what do you think about this upcoming map?
I think Oregon's going to be a bit more divisive than Border was. I don't think it's going to be as tit for tat, but I'm not sure which team I favor. I mean, obviously one team's in the Pro League, the other team's not, so the natural thing to do would be to assume that Ferocity have a good chance to take home map number 2 as well and, you know, take the win for the day. Obviously, they beat Hat pretty handily as well, so I'm still going to favor Ferocity for, you know, those reasons as well, as I just think they're a good, solid team and can be pretty nutty. But Core have shown some really good play on Border, so I do think it'll still be fairly close. Just probably not as close as Border.
Yeah, so we're going to have to see it. As soon as the game gets going, we will jump right on in. Both teams are now on the correct side, so as soon as we get it ready from both teams, we will go ahead and start it. So here we go. On to Oregon. Again, another very, very balanced map. Honestly, if we're going to have another 1-for-1 trade, this is another map. It's definitely going to be possible, you know, be trading out these rounds as it comes, so we're going to have to see. Looks like Core Impact going to be starting on defense this time, with Ferocity going to be chillaxing on attack.
Start with Laundry Room. Surprisingly not going to bring a Capitao, which I think is usually a good idea, but...
Yeah, a lot of teams haven't been running the like a sledge or anything. It has been a Capitao, you know. If you do put that mirror inside of closet, you can Capitao off that that laundry. Once you get that laundry all Capitaoed and flamed out, you know, you cannot shoot those Habana pellets on that mirror wall. So that's really the only way to deny it. So if you can really prevent that player from sitting inside a laundry, you can do a lot of good things. Now, you can still nade it, so maybe that's what King Leo is going to be doing. He'll be saving his nades for that. We'll have to watch and see how many roamers there are, because, you know, if he has to use those nades for roamers, it could be a little bit difficult to weed him out.
They could also be bringing a lineup thinking they're going to be attacking the top floor. Because, you know, the first round you don't necessarily know where they're going to play, so there's also that factor as well.
Yep, that makes that would do it indeed.
So are they going to go for a double win, or are they going to go? It looks like they're going to go for one facing backstairs and one facing towards the laundry as is typical.
Reinforcements, yep. Now, a lot of teams have only been have been playing it on the other side. I'm looking at where the closet mirror is. Usually they put the reinforcement on the other side and with the mirror on there, but they've actually swapped sides. I'm wondering, does that give you a little bit better protection and different angles? Because I feel like you're going to have to go out even wider to throw your smoke grenades, so...
But it does give you the option to fight Hatch a little bit more, which I can see if they're trying to use it to counter Hatch, but it also gives Hatch a nice angle in if they were bringing a Capitao.
Yeah.
So that's, I personally, I mean, I understand some logic behind it, but I do think it is better on the other wall.
Yeah, I agree. So it's really kind of, it comes down to the team. I feel like both are kind of viable. So we're going to see how well that works for them or even goes against them. Now we do have good old Temper and Zen going to be upstairs on the roam. Moss is just going to go ahead and roam on in. He's going to try and take a little bit of shots out, but nothing's going to happen. Now they did reinforce one in kitchen. That's kind of weird. I feel like maybe just a distraction or a failed reinforcement.
Yeah, good question here.
I mean, it's definitely slowing them down because, I mean, they're having to drone it out just to make sure.
Yeah.
Oh, they do have pantry hatch open, so this is going to be Temper's way out. You know, if they need to get out, that's how he's going to be leaving. Moss just right below everyone, trying to find something, but again, minute and 40 seconds left. Not really much has been done by the attackers. I don't even think they've opened up the main hatch, so that's going to be it's going a little slow.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Hibana hasn't opened the hatch yet.
I mean, we have King Leo just sitting inside of here, waiting towards Armory. Like, I don't know what you're doing here when you should know that there's two roamers over on this side of the map. You know, they're slowly starting to get stuff open. You know, there goes the hatch just now. So, I mean, this is kind of the issue is that, you know, there's a minute left. You still have two roamers that you have to deal with. You know, Zen's pushing out. Temper, excuse me, is now starting to push out as well. And you still have three guys on site as well. 0 picks with 2 minutes into the round. Looking tough. Now, King Leo is holding bridge, so if Zen decides to go back towards Armory to rotate, King Leo will be able to pick him off. But that's really not the full story, because you do also have Temper here. That's another part of the equation. 50 seconds left. Here comes Zen. King Leo should be able to pick him off really easily, unless he decides to check the angle. Yeah, he's going to come right on through, and that's going to be King Leo picking up the kill. But the diffuser did go down. I wonder how that happened, especially with so many people alive downstairs. Trippin's able to pick up Guy. Dave's able to pick up Tranks. Both of them getting down. Looks like Dynasty's able to return the favor by smoking out Trippin. That's going to suck. Moss is able to pick up Temper on the roam. It's all up to Dynasty in a 1v4. Not looking too good. He's going to push up. There's 4 people out here. Just above the hatch. He gets one. Gets half of another one. Almost got it. Looks like Santa's going to go down. He's down. King Leo's going to push down the main stairs and picks up the trade onto Dynasty.
I like what Dynasty tried to do in the end there, but just he doesn't have the ammo in that gun. It just feels bad, but that was the weirdest round. Like the longest play upstairs, not even killing the roamers, and then somehow the diffuser gets planted. I mean, honestly, like I almost needed like third person that whole round to understand what the hell just happened.
I mean, you had a C4 on Mira. I mean, why wasn't there a C4 tossed out? You know, you still have 3 smokes on Dynasty. Why didn't he use those? Like, how did they play
like you said, they had the hole open on the other side. The Mira window was on the other side, so maybe that was really the issue. You know, like couldn't get that C4 throw that he needed, or I guess just didn't want the angle wasn't there.
Man, that's just really peculiar. Again, I agree with you completely. That's kind of one of those rounds you want to go back and be like, all right, guys, how did they get the plan on us? Like, what just happened?
Yeah.
Like, hello? Anyway, I mean, that sort of stuff can happen. Now, looking at the defensive lineup and the attacking lineup, we have a few changes. We have a Pulse and a Capitao. A little bit different from both teams.
Yeah, that should be interesting to see how this plays out. Just, like, where's the Pulse going to play? Is it going to be, like, playing kitchen? Is he going to play upstairs? Is he going to hang out in the back or down? Like, there's a lot of places Pulse can kind of play, not one that's like, this is where Pulse should play. This is not like a clubhouse Armory, right, where you expect a Pulse. So it's going to be a good question where he plays. But we know where the Capitao is going to go, right? We know what his job is.
Yeah, I agree. Now, Ferocity has also decided to put the reinforcement on this side of the closet. So, you know, is that a little bit of a meta change? You know, have people started to figure out what they needed to do to make it better? But again, we do see that Capitao this time, so he could be punishing them for this. We didn't exactly see the full implications of that mirror last round, so we'll have to see. Maybe we'll watch it a little bit closer and we'll get a better idea of how it affects the players. Trippin is actually on the roam in the back. King Leo is in meeting. So again, the Bandit Jaeger roam duo, but they're doing it in a different way. Just doing good old things, just getting everything all set up and ready to go. Nothing too crazy going down. Just sledging with the need to, getting open the holes. They got the hatch open. Haven't quite started. Pulse is actually downstairs. He's hiding inside his site. That's perfectly fine. You know, he can give a lot of information, as you see here. He's given that information. He's calling out these players. True to the double roam. You know, you do still have King Leo, and of course you have Trippin on the roam. Looks like Zen's starting to push up in kitchen. Just kind of chilling. Looks like Moss is able to pick up Dynasty. That was a Blackbeard. That's a lot bigger than you'd think. That's actually huge. It's all up to Capital to really try and hold down that hatch. They will see Trippin on this back stairs. Will they decide to push all the way in? Do they know King Leo's up in bridge? That's another great question to really ask.
Oh.
Shooting where Trippin was, but Trippin has now moved. King Leo holding this hatch from above. Minute and 20 left.
So they're still, again, going with the two-man roam. That seems to be working pretty well here. But a good kill by Moss, at least. Definitely helping.
Exactly.
Looks like they're getting a bit stalled out on actually trying to push downstairs. Like you said, without the Blackbeard, it's much harder to make this push happen, especially with no glass either.
Now here comes the Capital. No, that wasn't a fire. That was a smoke. I'm not sure. Ooh, Moss said we'd actually pick up one. Great job on him. He pushes up and gets a second one. Goes all the way up to main stairs. Is able to pick up Zen as well. That's a 3K. Oh, it goes for the knife. Not able to make it 4. Guys is finally able to kill Moss's killing streak. Trippin's able to finish up the round by killing Guy. Great job from Moss. Able to realize when he needs to push. I think that was actually a 4K from him because he did get that C4 earlier in the round. Fantastic round from Moss.
Definitely an MVP round for him. Like I said, he's the one to watch with those crazy plays. So that's a good start, 2-0. So far, we are breaking the tit for tat from last map.
Yeah, we're living up to the expectations so far. Oh no, not quite. It's 2-0. So, I mean, unfortunately, we wanted to see a 6-5, but if there's a comeback, we might see it, but I don't think so. So far, Ferocity.
Yeah, a lot of donuts on core.
Yeah, Ferocity is really taking the lead here.
I don't think we're going to see Core get 5-0'd by any means. But I do think this is definitely Ferocity's map so far. Yeah. I mean, then again, we had to attribute a lot of it to Moss's like 4K that last round too. You know, it was up to some nutty plays by one player making it work.
Yeah,
I mean, he ran through his own smoke, so that was a very Brazilian play.
Like, I'm gonna take some damage, but I'm gonna get 4 kills. So
yeah.
Well,
I mean, we saw Brazilians do that where they would play close to where the diffuser gets planted on those laundry machines and just straight up rush the stairs through the smoke, and no one would expect it. So again, like I said, a very Brazilian play in that sense.
5 seconds to insertion.
Yeah, if it works, it works. Alright, so here comes that course. So yeah, maybe it is just down to 2 fluke plays. You know, the roam didn't quite work out last time for course, so maybe they'll switch it up, play a little bit more passive. But I'm looking at Ferocity here, and they're over towards construction this time. What do you think they could be doing? They're pushing Blackbeard in.
Well, they're definitely going to go for a different attack, at least, that's for sure. I mean, just take B side, I guess. They really want to change things up. I mean, they've been winning so far, so they think the one thing they want to do is make sure Core doesn't get a chance to make adjustments, right? They want to throw them off and keep their lead, so.
Yeah, that makes total sense that they're going to come in from behind. Ooh, Tranks is able to pick up King Leo. That's going to be kind of a good indication. Zen's able to pick up Moss. That's 2 down for Ferocity. This could very well be Core's round. You know, Temper still kind of over at Dining, not going to be seeing anything at all. So this kind of gives a great indication, you know, hey, they're still over towards Big Tower right now. 2 minutes left. There's 2 attackers down. This is not looking good. Both their entries are down.
Definitely looking good for Core. I guess changing things up just did not work in their favor this time.
Yeah, no, not at all. A little bit of bullets just barely missing Zen there. He did a good job taking out Moss. Just a little shotgun hole now. Tranks has pushed all the way up. They're just kind of taking this really slowly. Now that they've lost their 2 entry frags, they're looking clueless. If I had to pick a choice of words, you know, they just have no idea what to do. I mean, they're not even opening up anything. They don't even have anything to open. You know, they have the Habana still, but that can't really get through a soft wall very well. There goes Zen picking up Dave. This is definitely a Core round. You know, 5-on-2 situation. Santa has now rotated over towards garage. He might go down main stairs. We'll have to see. Trippin is rear stage, currently just looking for an angle on anything. Again, they're both just looking so slow. They need to be trying to meet up and try to get the frags together. Fortunately, they are split completely apart right now. They think one's in meeting. I don't think so, though. Looks like Santa's still trying to look around, trying to find something. 50 seconds left. They got to go faster than this. Temper is rotated all the way around, so if Trippin pushes into meeting, this could be Temper's kill right here. Sees one, and yeah, picks him up. Great job from him. Slowly, one by one, all the attackers have fallen.
5v1, all on Santa Fe here.
You know what? I'm going to bet he takes 2. I think he's going to take 2 down with him. Here comes... Looks like Temper not quite able to do it, but he gets rushed by Zen. Great job from him. Zen picking up, I believe, a 3K that round, picking up Moss, Dave, and then, of course, Santa at the end. Great job from him with the 3K. Great job.
I don't think we're going to be seeing them try that attack again.
Yeah, no, something tells me they haven't really rehearsed that as well, so they're just going to go and stick back to what they know. So
I'm glad they tried something different, though, because you want to feel that out, right? You want to see if they have weaknesses you can exploit on that side, too. But now that means, though, that core next time are going to have to defend a different bomb spot, which FE may or may not be prepared to attack, which is going to be dorms. And that's the way they're going now, having won the laundry. So, should be interesting.
Through the offsite we go. They have a couple of options, in my opinion. You know, they could either go towards master side or they can go towards kids side. You know, do we know what they're going to do yet? Do you have any predictions?
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defended by attackers.
They're bringing a Blackbeard, which is often going to be for the kids side, but that's usually in the case where Glaz is still a player. So let's see, with the Thermite, that's usually going to be a bedroom take.
Yeah.
So this is definitely looking like a bedroom attack, just because bringing the Thermite and the Hibana, generally you're not going to need these unless you're really going for that wall there that Trippin's reinforcing.
Yeah, you know, putting that Blackbeard up in armory actually does really well. You know, you just put one Hibana on that reinforcement and get a really nice angle all the way down the hallway. So maybe that's what their plan is, to control master, use a Thermite then. Looks like Moss is going to go for a cheeky, spicy cam outside, but the question is, where's he going to throw it? Sucks for him. You're going to have to get a new spot, Moz, wherever you're going to put it. Looks like
yeah, it's always hard to find those.
Yeah, green side. They're pretty common. Pretty common, though.
Yep.
It's not a spicy.
Not as spicy yet. A little mild.
Well, yeah, it was a mild one. Yeah, especially if you leave that door open. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, definitely looks like Dynasty's going to go actually clear the watchtower first. But yep, here's Zen setting up for that master bedroom take.
Yeah, I agree. You know, you can put Dynasty up. You know, that Blackbeard. You know, I forgot about that completely. You know, you can get some nice angles from the top of Big Tower into kids actually. So being able to hold that is definitely a good idea. Actually,
he's also good for I really think they should be using him to also peek the attic window there, just to make sure, in case, you know, keep the attic clear, see if they ever rotate in, which they do. You can see that small hole. He sees the edge of it right there. And that's where he's going to try and pinch, because they need to be able to try and contest the master bedroom, and some of them might try and do it by hiding in the attic. So
yeah, it looks like they're going to use an Ash, so that way they can actually push Dynasty on the Blackbeard all the way through bridge, it seems like. You know, opening up that hole and get in there. That's a different take. A lot of people usually like to try and take Armory, which unfortunately we haven't seen anything in Armory. A little bit different. Moss will get spotted out. He's going to go ahead and rotate back around so that way they don't hunt him down. Trank's going to go ahead and enter in through kitchen side, trying to find Moss. I don't exactly know where he's going to be at. Looks like Guy's going to be the one droning, trying to find him again. Zen just taking his time, realizes Master is clear. He very well could hop in and even get that wall. Yeah,
Moss is going to be a critical player here. I think if he could stay alive, that he may swing things in the attacker's favor, the defender's favor. But the defenders are also stalling a lot of time here. It's 5v5 still. No one's gotten out of position. No one's gotten killed yet. A lot of droning coming out. Even Blackbeard playing the B windows here, kind of making look a little bit like a B take. But you don't usually see two people defending these windows like this. So it could work, could not work here. Zen.
Dynasty's going to flash himself. They don't realize that Toe Tranks is trying to push people off of that window. Looks like one still playing dangerously close. Dynasty doesn't realize it. He's down to his bottom left. He does not see it at all.
I like how he opened the mirror window now.
That's going to be Diffuser. Moss takes out 2.
There we go.
Temper's finally able to get him back. There goes down Moss.
That's what I mean about Moss, man. He's Oh, what's this gonna? Is it temper in there?
Tranks
There it
is able
is.
to, that was almost a hit.
What?
Looks like
That's
Trank
King
was,
Leo.
yeah, Tranks is able to pick up King Leo. That brings it down to a 3-on-3. Tranks is about half HP. Zen near the hallway, only 20 seconds left. Santa's at the top of white. You know, this is not looking good. Diffuser is down. No one is nearby to even attempt to get the diffuser. There we go. There's Tranks.
A bomb has been
Right as I say that, he's going to be going up on the kid's dorm's window. His only option is to hop on in. Trippin's not paying attention, though. He's able to flick around and pick him up. Looks like they're going to have to push through. Temper goes for white. Dave is able to pick up both Temper and Zen there at the end. So that's going to be the round for Ferocity.
I mean, it's hard to say if this was really the critical factor, but I really think Moss's kills turned things around. Like, it was very much like attackers were really getting a lot of leverage on the defenders. You know, they opened up the mirror window with the Blackbeard on the B window. They managed to pressure one back with the Ash from below. They managed to get a lot of good angles, take control of a lot of the map, and then they were set up to really make that attack work. Then boom, Moss comes out of nowhere, kills two. Just completely changes the equation. And that's what I meant by he's going to be a pivotal player there, because you saw exactly that. He changed the tempo of the round right there. Like, you know, he waited patiently. He waited for them to really feel confident about their positions, and then just clean sweep two of them. So that's what you got to do if you're going to be playing that roamer. And definitely did change it around to make it a 3-1 here. Looking really good for FE to just take the day here.
Yeah, for sure. They're up now 3-1. Now, what's interesting to me is that they brought the Thermite and they brought the Habana, but they didn't end up Thermiting into Master, and they just kind of went for kids.
Yeah.
You know, as you know, the predictions were, you know, hey, let's get up into Master like we were thinking they were going to do. But all of a sudden, they kind of did like a 180. Yeah, Thermite was in Master, but he didn't really do anything. You know,
I think what he should have opened up once Blackbeard shot that mirror window that was over by the A bomb that they used to see through. Like, once they opened that up, like, that was the time, because they're going to be off of it at that point. That was the time for Thermite to do his thing. He just wasn't ready to at that point, I guess.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of confused exactly what that attack was. You know, Core Impact, they really just needed to pick one way and go, because they're spreading out their people too much. You know, they had two people pushing through bridge. You know, they had two people up on the windows, and then all of a sudden they just had Zen over, just kind of by himself on the other side of the map. You know, so they just need to really focus it in, dial it back, and I think that they're going to have a lot of success.
We'll see if Temper can be as effective on Roam as Moss was. He's got his teammate here as well. They're going to be playing a lot of roaming here. Just
Well,
2 men on site, it looks like.
Yeah, they're playing 2 down in kitchen, with the one only being a C4. They do have 2 C4 on the defending side. You know, that's going to be on Valkyrie and, of course, Amira. So, I mean, you know, having those C4s down there is definitely good, but if you're going to be playing, like, downstairs in kitchen, I'd like to see a pulse. You know, really seeing a pulse would be really good. Here comes Moss. Almost decided to go, but he got spotted out, so he's going to go right back on the drone where he wanted to. No, he's going to go and get rid of a shield. That's an interesting use of a shield there. So, yeah, here comes that Blackbeard inside of Armory, like we were kind of talking about earlier. Just use that one Habana. He gets an entire view all the way down the hallway.
Yeah, you see Moss doing droning for him as well, trying to get an idea what the layout's like once you go for his push. King Leo also with a nice alternate angle here to help the pressure on that. Oh, should have had an easy pick there and ends up taking a lion's share of the damage.
Yeah, both players actually taking back 1 for 1. There goes down Tranks. King Leo finally finds the angle on him. Tranks just being a little bit too aggressive throughout both of these games.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to feel more safe in his position, but Dave made sure Zen wasn't.
Yeah, Zen was, I believe, downstairs or maybe even in bridge, and he picks him up, brings it to a 5-on-3.
Look like that match point might be coming.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. Ferocity definitely looking to be much more set to do what they need to. Now, King Leo actually has a diffuser. He's actually outside in the window, so he's going to have to jump all the way across. That's going to be really risky. Dynasty's able to pick up Moss, pushing up really close. Here comes the C4. Not going to be able to find Trippin. Tempin is playing underneath. He's in classroom. Santa's going to be pushed in as well. Do they know that he's in here? Santa does know he's in there. He's going to pick him up. Temper goes down, so now it's all down to a 4-on-2. There is no C4 left. I wonder how many smokes they have left. Here's King Leo on Kid's window. He's got a different angle, though. Can't quite see King Leo, but King Leo can see him. It's 32 seconds left. There's only 1 more smoke on Dynasty. He's going to have to figure out when does he want to use it. Here comes Santa on up into big window. Just now taking one of the outside camps. King Leo putting even more pressure onto Guy inside of Kids. Still not quite able to find that angle, but King Leo knows where he's at. Trippin's able to pick up Dynasty, so now this is down to a 4-on-1. They all know where he is. King Leo actually still has a diffuser, so he's going to have to hop in. Going to pick up Guy. Wow, that's actually super aggressive. I'm surprised that Guy actually didn't get that as King Leo hopped in.
One of those ones where he was just ready for that flick.
Yeah, definitely.
There was a lot of pressure. He was distracted by the Hibana running into. So I guess, they just timed it. Hey, let's both pinch him at once. That's what you do.
I agree. I'll give him a pass on this one, just this once.
You're so kind and generous.
I know. So with that, we are now on to match point. We were saying we weren't going to quite see a 5-0, but we're currently poised to see a 5-1. That's not that much better, honestly.
No, I mean, it's Core don't seem to be able to find their stride here. They're just getting picked off like one by one in a lot of fights. The roamers are killing them when they're not able to counter them. It's just they don't seem to have the solid strategy or angles on this map that Ferocity does. And you're seeing some serious plays from players like Moss, of course, as well.
Yeah, I agree. Moss has just provided just so many kills and so many openings, really. Like, I think you were talking about a couple rounds ago. If Moss isn't making these kills, I honestly think Core Impact would be in a much, much better position. So maybe they need to be really looking to actually counter Moss, Just go with, they know that he's on Pulse. Use your maybe just EMP him. Keep him off of his scanner for long enough so that you can get a plant down.
Definitely. Like, that's really what it comes. I mean, we'll see how he plays it this time. Might play it a bit differently. But I mean, yeah, he got a C4 kill and then ran upstairs last time and just went on a rampage. Like, you can't let Moss get a 4K again this round, guys, on match point.
Yeah, you can't let anyone get a 4K unless you are Core Impact. Then your own guys can get a 4K, that's for sure. So they're going to be looking to do that, just that. So they're going to go and push in. Not going to be too heavy roaming right now. They do have Trippin and King Leo back in a meeting where we saw them before. We'll just say they didn't really do too much, but just having that threat there can do a lot.
Yeah.
Looks like Moss is actually playing aggressive on main stairs, using that camera. He's going to go out and he's going to find Dynasty. That's a Blackbeard once again. Last time he got C4'd, I believe Dynasty got C4'd, so this is the second time. I'm going to go in, almost deny the Habanas. Just realized it's just a tad too late to really make a difference. But that's going to be 5-on-4 situation now, not looking good for Ferocity.
No, especially losing that Blackbeard. We saw what happened last time when they didn't have the Blackbeard for those stairs. They just couldn't seem to figure out how to make the push happen. Looks like they're in the same situation again.
Yeah, so here comes Zen. Does he realize that King Leo's in bridge? I don't think so just yet. There comes a flash. He's going to go and push King Leo out. I'm surprised that flash didn't even catch a little bit of King Leo. So he's going to fall all the way down. King Leo's been fully droned. So is Trippin, I believe. Trippin is actually down a little bit at HP, so that's going to slow things down. Tranks is pushing out bridge. He's going to catch off King Leo. That's going to be interesting. He takes a little bit of damage doing so, but I'd say it's definitely worth it. Brings it back to a 4-on-4 with a minute and 30 left. Still playing these main stairs. They're going a little too slow, unfortunately. They do still have Trippin inside of kitchen. So with Moss plus Trippin down here, it's going to be just so difficult to really even gain control of hatch, because even though the hatch is open, they don't really have control over it. I think they're playing really passive core, slowing things down. Guy's actually pushing from the back. Here comes Tranks trying to push into lobby, just kind of holding an angle right now. Not going to really be able to find too much. Whiffs his hammer. Going to realize, or make Trippin realize that he's in there. So he's going to go and push out. Will Trippin be able to find the angle? Just not quite yet. Tranks has decided not to peek. Here comes Zen. He's going to push all the way around. Trippin's going to pick up Zen. That's not good. All of a sudden now it's back to a 4-on-3.
This match point, man.
Core Impact, a match point with 40 seconds left. They have no way in. They're starting to work into construction out of pure desperation. They couldn't get control of the main hatch, but Moss is down there. He's going to be calling out everything that's happening. Tranks is holding the flank. Not really going to be able to find too much unless Trippin decides to push all the way on out. Guy's trying to find some angles. Not going to be able to find anything. Just doing a little bit of spamming. 20 seconds left. He's going to have to rush through smoke. Here comes Guy. Catches. Dave catches off Guy. A great shot, but Temper is able to trade right on back. Here comes Santa on the mirror. He knows that he's there. He's going to be able to call out anything. Here comes Temper. Going to be picked up from one that's sitting in A-bombs all up to Tranks. Moss is going to be able to pick him up. Great job for Moss picking up, I believe, a 3 or a 4K. Good job on him.
At least 3K.
So that's going to be the series for Ferocity.
6-5 and 5-1. Well, we definitely know how those maps play out in terms of who's got better maps there. I would not take Ferocity on Oregon. That's for sure. Like, in the future, anyone watching this, when your matchups are against Ferocity, don't take him to Oregon. Yeah, especially with Moss is playing that day.
if you will take him to Oregon, you're just gonna have to make sure that you're just gonna be playing super anti-Moss, make sure you take him out of the equation, because of course once you do that, then you will be able to maybe get something done. But other than
Well,
that.